All right, guys, so let's get into the next little topic here. I won't spend as much time on this as I did with CREATURE Commandos because I want to get to some of the Hall H stuff from Marvel. But another trailer dropped over the weekend, last weekend, which was the new trailer for The Penguin, which I feel like the first trailer, it came out basically a month ago, right? Like a month and a half ago. So they're really ramping up the marketing campaign now. The show comes out, I believe, to September 18th is when it premieres. I could be wrong about that. Maybe not. But it's premiering very soon. Because honestly, I've been just kind of starved for content from this Batman universe. And so we got a little bit of a panel as well about the Batman and the Matt Reeves universe, which I'm not going to go super in depth on. But there were a couple nuggets that were interesting. First of all, it was confirmed that Colin Farrell's Penguin will be back for the Batman Part 2. Super exciting because he was a great addition to the first Batman film. Obviously, he gave an outstanding performance. And I think from the trailers from this particular show, it looks like, yeah, he knocked it out of the park, which is great. And the other thing, which has been really encouraging because the Batman came out in early 2022. And so it's been a long time since we've gotten to see anything from this universe again, especially the Robert Pattinson character, right? It's been, I think for him, it'll be 4 or 5 years before he returns to the screen as the Dark Knight. But we did get an update. The Batman Part 2 will begin filming in early 2025. So that is also, I think, just as exciting news as anything else from Comic-Con. I shouldn't say as anything from Comic-Con, but from this section of the panel. That being said, we also got another trailer, like I said, from the show, from the Penguin. And yeah, I mean, I think it looks, it reiterates everything that I said in my previous thoughts. You can go check those out on the YouTube channel as well, where I talk about the first trailer. It looks great. It looks really grounded. It looks gritty. We get a little bit more of Sophia Falcone. And it looks like it's going to be a real struggle between her and Oz to kind of, be kind of the kingpins of the underbelly of Gotham City, which I think a lot of what makes this trailer really interesting is that it seems to flesh out Oswald Cobblepot as a very complex character in the sense of, he understands the social dynamics, the social system that's in place in Gotham. And he goes, okay, so you have, Batman at the top, but I can, rule this underworld part of it. And because Carmine Falcone, was killed in the first film, and then Batman wreaked havoc. I mean, obviously not his fault necessarily, but he wreaked havoc in the first film with the flooding of the city. Penguin sees this as an opportunity for him to really take control, and I think that that's awesome. The action looks really gritty and grounded. It does have a very similar aesthetic to the Batman film, which I think is very intentional. It has that sort of muddied, dark, kind of almost orange tinted kind of look from the Batman, which I think is fine. I think it's great. I just hope that not every single project that they do in here looks exactly the same, because then we're just going to kind of get old, kind of get tired from it. It's going to look a little old. But anyways, I think for this show, it looks really great. The dialogue as well looks great. I'm trying to remember a couple lines in particular that I remember. Nothing stands out right now, but I just remember, listening to the dialogue and going, it feels like an HBO kind of show, and Colin Farrell obviously looks fantastic as the Penguin. And so, yeah, I mean, I watched the trailer, it didn't really heighten my anticipation, but I was already super excited to see this show. And I think that also the news that he will be coming back in the Batman Part 2, and then you have the Batman Part 2 filming early next year. So hopefully coming out, maybe you'd hope they could push it to early 2026, maybe. Right now it's November 2026, which is just crazy to me. I really hope it's a lot sooner than that. Maybe they can push it up to the summer. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, I hope that, if they make Batman Part 3, if they make other shows like Arkham or whatever, I know the Arkham series had gone into all sorts of stages of development and then is no longer happening anyways. That being said, I'm really, I'm hoping that, we get a lot more content from this universe, because it's exciting. I think that this is one of the universes that's the most unique going on. I think it is interesting that we have 2 concurrent DC universes going on as well. But again, if you make good product, then none of it should really affect the other.